The incident we'll talk about in today's video is based on a real-life event. She met a man online and disappeared after their first date, a scenario so heartbreakingly familiar and deceptively mundane in today's digital world that when 26-year-old Claire Donovan vanished, just hours after leaving for what was supposed to be a casual dinner date with someone she met on a dating app, few could have imagined the case would unravel into a sprawling nightmare of hidden identities, fake footprints, digital ghosts, and a timeline so fractured that even seasoned investigators began questioning the nature of reality itself. As every trace of her date, every text, every profile, every GPS ping began to vanish as if he had never existed, leaving behind only one blurry photo, a voicemail with a distorted whisper, and a single entry in Claire's private journal. That read, "If anything happens to me, it started the moment he smiled." Claire was bright, social, and cautious, the kind of person who texted her friends the license plate number of every Uber, checked in mid-date, and never left her. Drink unattended. She had been single for nearly a year and decided to try dating apps again, downloading one called Candle, a lesser-known platform marketed as private and secure. She matched with someone named Evan Hart, early 30s, charming. Bio, clean photos, mutual interests. Their chats were witty and deep, not rushed. He never asked anything too personal, never seemed pushy, and even suggested a public place for their first meeting, a well-rated Italian restaurant near downtown Portland. Claire told her roommate Kim all the details. She even sent screenshots of Evan's profile, their chats, and a selfie she took just before leaving. At 7:02 p.m. on November 9, 2022, she left her apartment in a teal jacket, black jeans, and white sneakers, with a small purse and a smile. She was seen on surveillance walking into the restaurant at 7:26 p.m. She sat at a table, ordered water, waited. At 7:32 p.m., Evan arrived, tall, clean-shaven, dark jacket, baseball cap. The footage shows him sitting across from her. They talk, laugh, eat. Nothing appears unusual until 8:54 p.m., when both stand up, walk toward the exit, and then, in one single camera frame, Claire is visible, but Evan is not. The very next frame, just 1/10 of a second later, shows her alone, pausing slightly as if confused, then stepping outside. That was the last confirmed footage of Claire Donovan. She never returned home. She never answered her phone again. The next morning, her roommate filed a missing person report. Police visited the restaurant, pulled footage, interviewed staff. No one remembered the man. No reservation in his name. No receipt. No fingerprint on the table he sat at. When detectives reviewed the Candle app data, something even stranger happened. Evan Hart's profile was gone. Not deactivated, erased. No account history, no chat logs. Even Claire's screenshots showed image file corruption. The selfie she took before leaving her apartment had a visual glitch in the background mirror, a tall figure standing just behind her where no one should have been, face obscured by static. Metadata on the image showed the file had been modified at 3:12 a.m. hours after she was reported missing. Forensics traced the edit to a signal routed through a non-existent IP address located in Greenland. Claire's phone last pinged near Forest Park, miles from the restaurant, at 10:22 p.m. But that section of forest had no accessible roads, and her car was still parked downtown. A search party combed the woods. They found no signs of struggle, no torn fabric, but they did find a folded napkin under a mossy stone, dried despite 2 nights of rain. On it was a hand-drawn symbol resembling an open eye, and beneath it, scrawled in fading black ink, "You saw it, didn't you?" The only call Claire made that night was at 10:01 p.m., a voicemail to Kim that lasted just 12 seconds. The audio was distorted, filled with background static and what sounded like shuffling footsteps. Claire's voice, barely audible, whispered, "He's not who he said. Not even close the eyes, Kim. The eyes are wrong." Then silence. Digital forensics tried enhancing the audio and discovered layered sound beneath the static. Voices speaking backward, overlapping. One technician quit the job after claiming the reversed message repeated her own full name. Candle's corporate offices denied any data breach. But an anonymous employee contacted the lead detective with a confession. The app had received a surge of Evan Hart profiles across multiple cities, always with different photos, but the same biostructure and the same chat patterns. A phantom profile, the whistleblower called it. All attempts to trace their origins led to servers with falsified timestamps, mismatched SSL certificates, and host names linked to closed mental institutions. A week after Claire's disappearance, Kim found Claire's laptop open on her bed. She hadn't touched it. On the screen was a text editor displaying a note that wasn't there before. It wears faces like masks. It learns from what you love. The file had been created the night Claire vanished. Its creation time, 8:54 p.m., the exact moment she stood from the restaurant table. The laptop's webcam had been activated remotely. Investigators found 17 minutes of footage. The file showed Claire's room empty. Then, for a fraction of a second, a reflection in the window, her silhouette, with another figure behind her, taller, featureless. The case gained national attention, but no new leads emerged. No one named Evan Hart has ever been found matching the man in the restaurant. Facial recognition databases return no results. 2 other women across the country, one in Maine, one in Arizona, vanished after meeting men with nearly identical profiles. One was last seen leaving a coffee shop. The other was found in her locked car, phone wiped, lips sewn shut with thread made of human hair. Claire's family still receives texts from her number, always blank, always sent at 8:54 p.m. Phone companies cannot trace the origin. They've changed numbers 3 times. It doesn't stop. And every year on November 9th at exactly 8:54 p.m., the restaurant's security system experiences a glitch. Screen goes black for 1 second, then resumes, but always for that single second, a frozen image is captured. Claire, standing by the door, staring directly at the camera, smiling.